it's Shelby and Michelle with Farmhouse Living, and welcome back to our channel where we talk about
all things home.
So if you like that, make sure that you like this video and subscribe. Today we are going to talk about mixing home styles. So most of the time when we work with people, whether they're clients or just talking to a friend or someone shoots us a message on Instagram, they're like, what's my style? And typically we find that they don't know, and then they get really nervous and almost like completely shut down when they try to define it. And we're here to tell you that you don't need to define your style.
You don't.
You just, so that's the gist of this video, but it's going to be more interesting than that. We are going to give you examples of really great homes who mix styles really well, and then we're going to end the video with some practical tips on how to do it.
So one reason that we don't like to commit to one single style is because we don't like to be too themey. If you're just really committed to Farmhouse, and you can take it really far with cows and chickens, and though we love cows and chickens,
yeah,
you can't go too far.
Of a cow and a chicken, and then we see like 900 signs in one house that say Farmhouse.
Right.
And milk jugs.
And you might wonder why we are called Farmhouse, and we're not so committed to that style that you see other things like mid-century modern in our design. Really, the reason we decided on Farmhouse was the basis for the actual word, which is a time of simpler life.
Simpler life.
Simpler life.
The style Farmhouse, although we think it's really pretty, it's meaning, it's deeper meaning why we named ourselves Farmhouse Living. But we love all design styles. So we're gonna start off with some really amazing homes that just mix styles really, really well. So the first house is actually your house. What styles do you think you mix?
Well, I am modern Farmhouse, but I also like a little bit of coastal living. I like things light and bright and airy. And even more, I've been going a little European Farmhouse.
Yeah, we're calling everything European Farmhouse, but it's just like those warm accents lately.
A lot of wood.
Yeah, a lot of like chunky, earthy wood. We really like that. In Mom's house, you'll see touches of Farmhouse, like in her living room, her slip-covered sofas. You have white walls, and then we see coastal in your cooler accents. You even have like a coral print in your corner. And then I would even throw in that you have a little bit of glam in your kitchen with your gold.
Yeah.
So
I live on Touch Gold, and I've mentioned that you must have gold in Touch Gold.
She even has a little bit of rustic, which we're calling European Farmhouse now, in your dining room.
Sounds way cooler.
It does sound cooler. We always gotta pizzazz it up, you know.
Yeah.
But with your beams in your ceiling, so we love that warm. Oh, and that was actually the same wood in your ceiling was used on your mantle, which like just brought a lot of warmth.
And a bench seat in the dog room.
Oh yeah,
I have it everywhere.
Everywhere. Really organic. So next I want to show you my friend Lindsay's home. So we toured her probably early this year, and she has a mix of mid-century modern and also Farmhouse. You'll see in her main living spaces a shiplap fireplace, white walls, white shaker cabinets, which are claimed by the Farmhouse style. She has accents of geometric lights, abstract art, and low-profile furniture, which belong in the mid-century modern style. And then if you head upstairs, she also has touches of boho and even a little industrial, which shows that your house can have a lot of different styles. You don't have to have, I feel like people just want to commit to one, but if you want to get wild in another room and just go off the wall, do it.
I have quite a bit of color upstairs.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna move on to our next home, which was actually our very most recent home tour, which was our friend Joanna. And we called her style Artsy Farmhouse, but if we really wanna get deeper with that, she mixes modern Farmhouse, she has vintage, she has a touch of industrial. Honestly, Joanna mixes every single style in the book in her house. So it felt like anthropology in there, which is a great example of a very eclectic brand. And so you'll see shiplap in her living room with tons of vintage accessories. Her kitchen has white cabinets with a shiplap backsplash, and her pendants just add a pop of industrial.
Next, we want to show you the Morrow House, which we toured in Waco, Texas.
To get Mom's bunny.
Yes, to get my bunny. Here we see cottage, farmhouse, touches of even modern. This home is a true historic farmhouse, so the shiplap, much of the decor, and kitchen style fall in that category. She mixes it up with light fixtures, like the ones you see in the dining room, and even the art gives a little modern flair. This is a good example of a home that is committed to a style, but the designer wasn't afraid to mix it up a little bit.
Yep. So as you can see, every single one of these houses is completely different, and our last one, I feel like, is its own like genre completely, and it's Amber from the Vale House that we toured also this year. I think we did all of these this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Amber, she is like definitely more classic farmhouse. Her exterior of her home is modern, but the inside is really classic. And then she has touches of traditional and then even rustic. So the rustic elements in her space include her hood vent, which was just natural wood tone. The deer in her living room and dining room. I mean, if anyone can pull 3 deer heads off in their main space, they know how to design. And then...
And you saved a marriage with that video.
Yeah, well, yes. People, I've gotten multiple messages, like, I fought my husband for months, and then I saw this, and now we can definitely design around his collection of hunted goods. So, yes, thank you for saving marriages, Amber. And then her leather sofa. So all of that is rustic elements that add a lot of warmth to your space. You'll also see a ton of farmhouse elements like her lights, her tile, and most of her accessories. Then she has a more traditional setup of furniture in her living room. And so really you can see a solid mix in her space as well. So all of these examples we see farmhouse, coastal, industrial, rustic, modern, mid-century. We've gotten a solid mix, and honestly, if we really wanted to dive deep and evaluate every single piece of furniture, I feel like we could pull even more styles out of this. So the whole point is, I feel like people just get so bogged down in the what style am I? How do I decorate this? And so we've given you some good examples, some good inspiration that you can just, and all of these have tons of links. If you just wanted to
shop the look,
you can do that.
Yeah.
But we really want to encourage you to create your own space. So we're going to give you tips on how to do that. Just find your style, mix styles. And so the first thing is create a pin board. And when you create a pin board, I don't want you to start pinning things. Like, Mom is a perfect example of this. I'll look at her boards and I'm like, what were you
But I isolate something within a board, and then you can make a note on the bottom of the pin, and it will tell you, I love this part of this picture.
Yeah, this
isolated part. And so, but one of the things you'll find is that you'll have consistently the same thing that you're drawn to. That's your style. That's what you love. And those are the things you want to bring into your home and live with.
Yeah. So make a list of those things. So whether that would be vintage accents, or do you like white walls, or do you like a lot of color like Joanna? Like, she had color everywhere. Or do you consistently, like Mom, every time I look at her stuff, she's like, all of her pins are filled with plants. Well, if you look at her house, she has a lot of nature inspired stuff. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of your style. I would say it's just like
nature. Everything God made.
Yep.
Stone, wood,
plants. Yep. So our next tip is actually which you'll see in almost every home, actually every home we showed you, is to just use a neutral palette to start, and then you can get bold with your accents. So I feel like a lot of people get this like paralysis when they want to start designing because they feel like, well, what color do I want? I mean, if your walls are just a simple white, then you can go accessorize and you know, do pops of color. I mean, a pillow is not expensive, but I mean, repainting your walls.
Right.
And so.
And we have a friend who had that issue. She recently painted, wasn't crazy about the color, but can't repaint now.
So yeah, I think the last thing you would do is add an accent wall. If it needs a little bit of pizzazz, you can either do a wood accent or a color, but I wouldn't start there if you're just not feeling confident in your design. If you're confident, run with it. I love color, and if you know you want it, but if you're like, I don't even know what style I like or where I'm going with this, just paint your walls white, and then from there.
Especially if you're gonna do a wallpaper, you might want to just like live with your home for a minute, stick a piece of it up on the wall with tape, and then kind of decide, because that's a big commitment.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wallpaper.
Yeah.
I love wallpaper.
But yeah, we just don't want, we're trying, the goal with this tip is not to say white walls are the only way. It's to say that if you are feeling stuck, start here. And so we're just trying to get everyone going because we really do believe everyone can have a home that they love. Mm-hmm. So the tip 3 is to make yourself a design board. I feel like people think you can't do this. Like they think, well, I'm not a designer. So, but I am tech savvy. And so of course I can use Photoshop and all of that. But mom will just make an app on her phone, and she doesn't have all this fancy computer equipment, and she'll just, what do you use, like a grid?
I use a grid, and then I just pop different pictures. I'll pop my inspiration photo, and then I'll pin alongside of it all the photos of things that I have to see, is it coming together for me?
Yeah. Yeah. And so what I like to see together is the sofa, rugs, accent chairs, and lighting. And then I think for the accessories, you can kind of just, I mean, most of that stuff you could like run to the store and accessorize. If it doesn't work, you can bring it back. But like those big purchases, get all of those on one image, whether it's just what is it? Is it a grid? It's called a grid. Collage. Make a collage.
It's actually an app called Collageable.
Collage. Yes, mom uses Collageable. So I have also seen a lot of people recommend Canva, and that's a really easy tool, and it's free. And so whether you want to do, Canva is typically used on a computer though. So if just find a grid or a collage or something like that app on your phone, whether it's an iPhone or Android, and just plug everything in and look at it all together. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And then maybe from there, that will give you more confidence on what color to do your walls, or, you know, it'll give you inspiration when you're out shopping. Okay, so we actually have a 4th tip that we just came up with along the way because, you know, we thought about it. For next week, we have some friends that are really great at treasure hunting. So they love all things vintage and antique and just secondhand. They can thrift about anything. And so it made mom think about how she is actually, our friend Charlie is helping her treasure hunt. And so if you're having trouble like mixing in a style but you're attracted to it, then
you can call a friend, phone a friend, because Charlie's very good at finding vintage paintings. And so I need something for this particular spot, and she will be able to find the perfect vintage painting for me. Yeah. Where I would just stress over that and it would be really difficult. It's not a challenge for her. She loves to
she likes it. Yeah.
Yeah. She loves to go to different sales and shop and thrift. And so I've asked her to help me with that.
Yeah. So we hope that you enjoyed this video. We hope that you loved the homes and our examples. We sure did. That's why we do all these amazing home tours, because we love all the inspiration and we love going into people's homes. And so, so I've linked all those below. I've also linked the blog post with all of the tips and some more written information and even links on just different pieces of decor and furniture that you might like if you're attracted to a specific type of style. And so, yeah.
So we're just nosy, and that's why we do this, because we like to go in people's homes and
okay, tell them to subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe below.
That's it?
That's it. Thank you for watching.
Follow us on Instagram.
Oh, okay. So follow us on Instagram, like this video, and subscribe below.
Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.